Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a great day. Let's go ahead and make sure all can hear me. Go ahead and type that number one in that questions box, in that comment section, to let me know that you can. I'd greatly appreciate it. And as you do, keep in mind everything we look at is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. And if you like what you see, make sure you're following along on the various social platforms that we've got out there, guys. You will not be disappointed. Sean and I are constantly shooting new content, constantly finding new things out there. So make sure you are checking them out. Morning, everybody. I appreciate that. I know many of you are just opening your eyes, right? So let's go ahead and jump right in, take a look at the futures markets. Sea of green today. Everything is green. The S&P 500 is up 11 3/4. The Dow is up 100. NASDAQ's up 22. The RUT is up 7. Bitcoin is up 100 points. Ooh, just still shy of 21K. Ethereum is just over 1,200. They're up 26 today. Gold is it's up a point. Crude's up $1.28, back up to 111. So we're a little bit higher. I have to go back and look. Yesterday we were 109. We run all, as the open of the day. Night, but we run all the way up here to 111.5, and right now we're sitting at 110 3/4, right? 110.88. So better, but not better, right? Still a little expensive for me as far as fuel prices go, meaning for the U.S. economy. It's just too high, and not sustainable numbers at all. So let's go look at the trades from yesterday. Let me know the trades that you did. If you took some trades that you found here that worked, I'd love to hear about it. You did some other trades on your own, we'd love to know about it. Drop them in the comment section here. Help the community out by sharing what you did so everybody can learn, generate ideas from the trades that you've already taken to see how you've done. All right, so let's go take a look. I had two trades yesterday that I did. The very first one was on the Qs. QQQ. Look at SPY first, just for kicks and giggles. We got this nice breakdown yesterday off of the pivot point. We never got down to it was actually off the R1. They're all pivots, but off of this R1, we never got down to the yellow line, which was the pivot. So I never got a bounce. So I never took the trade on SPY. Watched it, but never happened. With that being said, on Qs, we did. We moved off of the R1 hard. I could not get the bearish trade off of there. You look at a 1 minute candle and it just went to. There was no retrace at all that I was comfortable with. Even into the third minute on 1 minute candle, it's like, that was the only opportunity, but it wasn't really good. So I waited. We got this push down. There's fib support right in that same level where the pivot is. We got our bounce, and there's the entry into the trade. First half of the trade taken out here. Second half of the trade was stopped out here. Had I left it alone, it would have worked. But I'm not giving all of it back. No one should, right? So trade worked out well, nothing crazy, but I'll take it. All day long, I'll take it, right? And then on Google, right here, let me go into a closer zoom. On Google, we had gapped up yesterday above the 23.54.39 level. And if we look here, gapped up, came down, and look, 23.54.39. The high on the second candle of the day was 23.54.01, 38 cents away, right? As far as I'm concerned, we crushed it. We nailed that level, right? Fib lines work. Don't kid yourself. Fibonacci levels work. Took the bearish trade off of there. Had a little bit of heat to deal with here. When I'm watching my highs, we failed right back through, right? Came back up, took a little bit of heat here, but now what? 1, 2, 3 lower highs, right? I had taken some off of the table here. And then, just through the end of the day, through our power option plays rules, it just was crushing the move that it made. So great setup for me yesterday. Let's see. Sean said, did not get an ideal entry, but still made tidy 19% on SPY calls. Sean's strategy, his system is crushing it. He came by yesterday to drop something off from the office after the day was over. And he said he had made 19%. And I said, funded, non-funded? He goes, oh, everything is funded. So he is doing extremely well on his trades, right? Tripson made a little bit over a point on IBM before it got stopped out. All right, there you go. Robert said, held overnight. The bull put spread on BNTX and Amazon. Covered call was a very small loss in Apple. Excellent. Good, Robert. And Chris said 47% on SPY, 100% on Qs. Great. Yeah, I wish I could have gotten a SPY trade yesterday. Just did not set itself up for me at all. Right? And let me go back. Actually, let's go here for a sec. I want to share a different way with you. All right. So, guys, you know, if you look at Qs, right, I'm kind of going off the beaten path here, but if you look at Qs of where it bounced off of this, right, which was that right around that 292.5 level. Yeah, we got that 293.5, right? So we broke through on that 292.5, right? So everything is lining up there, right? But when we look at this saying, okay, what's happening in here and in here, what transpired, what took place, right? We had this nice bearish move taking place yesterday. And what time in the morning was there? 9:50, 9:50, right? If I take you back over here for a second, one of the tools that we offer is this trading clock. It's an actual 16-inch diameter, 2-inch thick, actual glass front. It's an aluminum clock that we offer. And you can see the picture of it here from the side. We probably should get a better picture of it on the site here. But this is the dial, okay? And if you look down here, you see this number 1 right around 10 o'clock, this number 1. And then you follow it down here, you see yellow, S&P 500 futures reversal zones, 9:50 to 10 a.m., 10 a.m. Those are normal times where things change. So for me, as I'm watching that time frame, right, I'm watching the shift at a pivot level, for me, I do this. My clock is right there. You may not be able to see it, but it's right at an angle over the closet door that's in my office, okay? And I check the time to see what time it is. It's a reversal time. I'm expecting it to happen there, right? So works phenomenal all the time, guys, all the time. So just another note as to the whys behind some of where things get taken. All right, let's see what else we got here. Say, hey, appreciate that. Kudos to all. Very much appreciate it. Oh, Sean dropped in links to the clocks there, guys, if you're interested. So the clocks we're not going to put them back in production right now. We had 150 or so. We offered them up. I think we wound up with like 6 or 8 left over that we still have. So if someone's interested, great. If not, great. That's okay. But well worth it, folks. Well, I've got it here. I've got it in my office at the office. We're probably going to hang another one in the office there just so everybody can see it when we look. Everybody, Sean and I. Without having to turn your whole body around to look for it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at today's candidates. All right, so I did build my list out of candidates for today, and Goldman Sachs is number 1. And yesterday they had the banking stress tests were done, right? Let's get rid of that page. I don't need it anymore right now. Banking stress tests were done. They passed. They passed with flying colors. Goldman Sachs is up $3.21 to 304 right now. So they got above that 303 level. We're going to look at a bull put spread below 303. I'm going to look at long calls as well because this is one that's on my power option plays list. So I'm looking at this one for sure. JP Morgan, JPM, passing the stress test. Right now, JP Morgan is up $1 to 117.25. So look at the difference. Goldman Sachs made it above the fib level. right? They're in a neutral bias. JP Morgan, not so much. They're still down below here and in a bearish neutral bias. We're going to say next on JP Morgan. Same news, doesn't mean we're going to get the same move. Las Vegas Sands, LVS. China easing its COVID restrictions for casinos and the likes. So they took a nice little pop. They're up $2.50 to $35.80. So once again, we're above that 21, the green line. We're above the fib line. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 33. And if you are so inclined, you may want to just take the naked put if you're willing to buy the stock if it were exercised and put to you. And if it was, you're going to rent it out for about 13 cents a week, right? At 36 bucks. All right. Not great on covered call premium, which is why we're going to look at the credit spread. Right. Next, Morgan Stanley stress test passed. They are up $2.50 to $80 even right now. So this I've got a nice channel set up on, right, which is right in here. I've got it drawn. I backed it up for what happened here. Great channel. We've respected these lines extremely well. So right now, if we're up at 80, we're going to look at a bull put spread below 76, which puts us down below this next channel line. Nike. They're the only one of our candidates down today. It's earnings for them. They're down $3.50 to 107. Ooh, nice. Now, look at what happened. It's in a true bearish bias right now. The 8 is the bottom level, the pink. The green is above 21. The 55 is above that, the brown. We're in a true bearish bias, which means we can take directional trades. We're looking at that 111 as our resistance. So we're going to look at a bear call spread below 111. All right. Then we got Oxy, OXY. Jaga said, how do you scan the trade candidates? Jaga, so for me, I use a proprietary system. A system I have access to that no one else does because it is proprietary, that someone has built that I know through my own mastermind group that allows me to go in and use it like a Bloomberg. So I can look for candidates fairly easily, fairly quickly. But, in the video training, which will be coming out shortly on how to trade what we do, I talk about, I'm looking for news candidates such as earnings, such as upgrades and downgrades, any news on companies like we're going to talk about Save again today with JetBlue. So I'm just looking for whatever newsy type stuff is out there. For that. So I hope that helps. Good catch. I'm reading Paul's comment as I'm talking about yours. Good catch, Paul. It's bear call spread above. It's a bear, so it has to be above, not below. Good catch. Appreciate it. Actually, a few years ago, I would have been a wise ass and said I did that on purpose to see if you'd catch it. But today, I'm not wanting to do it. So let's see. Next is Save, S-A-V-E. All right, no, Oxy. I skipped Oxy. OXY, Occidental Petroleum. Or Berkshire Hathaway purchasing their shares and putting 16.4% stake now. They're up $2.50 to 61.25. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 59. And they're at 61, so we're good. Save, S-A-V-E, man, they're in the news day after day after day. JetBlue came back, counter-offered on the deal, right? Wonderful. Here we go. So what's going on? I don't know the details behind what they offer, and I'm getting tired of looking at it. But they're up 82 cents right now to $23.39. They took a hit yesterday. It doesn't look like they want Frontier to buy them, right? They took a hit yesterday. They're back up right now to $23.39. So we're right at the fib level. So this is where a rule has to take place, right? So and I have, guys, this is my sheet, right? I'm writing on it right now with you. Nothing's filled in here. I'm writing those out. This is the stock details. And yes, I'm getting the right column because I can see my pen through the paper because of my backlighting. So in the stock details, I need the stock above 24 and a retest of the 23.31. Now, it doesn't have to come all the way down to 23.31, but get me up to 24, 24 quarter, half, whatever that is, pull back, and then bounce, and then we're going to look at a bull put spread below 23. So there's a rule. There's a qualifier before we take the trade. So Karen said, what's the stress test? Is it that they have enough cash? They stress that if the markets crash and there was a run on the banks, do they have enough cash to cover that move? And so they're required to keep a certain amount on hold, and that's a certain amount of your money, right? And my money, which is what the bank has. It's not their own money. And in other words, they can't just lend everything out. And now when there's a run on the bank, people are looking for cash and you can't have it, right? We go to Snow. Snow got an upgrade from Jeffries. I don't usually follow Jeffries, but this was a decent move for them. Now, Snow's been in the news lately, right? We've had them on our list once or twice in the last week or so. So that upgrade has driven them up to 152.5, up $4.50. So we're still above that, below rather that 154.5. We're about $2 down, 26.30. All right, so we need a Fibit in here. So let me go and add a Fibit to this. So we need to get the, actually both. Let's put in the negative 136 and the 118. All right, there we go. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 140. All right. Oh, guys, I forgot to say it. Darn. We got one candidate left. Drop in the trades you want me to look at. Drop them in quick if you would, please. And let me know the stocks that you want to take a look at today, right? This is an opportunity for me, right, a professional trader, to look at what you're considering today and say, ooh, do I want to do this, right? Or let me give you my feedback on it. And if you got a trading plan, tell me that. If you just want to say, hey, look at Apple, I'll look at Apple, and I'll tell you what I see. If you tell me you want to look at Apple because you think it's going up, or you're looking at a credit spread, or you look at, I can comment on that setup. All right. So that was Snow. Last one is Win. They are back in the same rules changes from China for their restrictions. They're up $3.81, just like Las Vegas Sands. They're up $3.87. We'll call it $4 to 61.5. So we're in between here, but we're above our 21, which I like. Bull put spread below 58. All right. Excellent. So let's go see. Let me shift this over to all symbols. Let's go see what you guys want to look at today. Jaga asked for BAC. You know, Jaga, let me type it in. They came out on the same stress test. They were out, the same news this morning, except they were only up 39 cents. So I didn't get the move. So when you look at the chart, I got nothing there. Right? That's why they're not on our list today. But they were one of the news candidates. They're up. They're right now at 32.74. And it puts them just above my 32.51, this pink line. Barely above that level. So for me, I like it better to the downside unless we can get some legs and get above that 33.65 level. All right, I hope that helps. Jaga, let me know in the comment section down below if it was helpful. Remember, everyone, real simple. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you. Whatever it is, it certainly helps us with algorithms. And let me know that what I'm giving you guys is what you're looking for. There you go. Appreciate that, Jaga. Love your live. Very actionable insight. Is this your first one here with us, Jaga? Paul said Jeffries itself took a hit this morning in the news. Interesting. JEF. So let's see. Let me see where they are pre-market. Yeah, they're down $1 in there, but no news out on them that I saw. Doesn't mean there's not news. I'm looking at certain things and certain moves. They're also monthly options, so they never make it to my list. But I appreciate that, Paul. Larry's asking for LMT. All right. Lockheed Martin. All right. I used to do work with these guys 100 years ago. When I started in manufacturing, we had what was called iridite. We had to dip these metal parts into this tank, and it turned them this goldish color, right? So it was supposed to stop them from corrosion. It was horrible chemical to work with. People die from that stuff today. Let's see. Lockheed Martin up $3.75. Puts them at 423. So we're still below, Larry, that 21 moving average. In an ideal world, what do we want to see? Lockheed is in a bearish pattern. It's bearish neutral right now because it closed above the 8, the pink line, below the green, the 21, right? So if we can get it down below that 417 level, you got a bearish opportunity. If you want to take to the upside, you only have to 424 3/4. So a little bit of caution on the upside move. Hope that helps, Larry. Let me know below. Alan said PANW with a bullish retest of the 500. And guys, look how simple the plan is, right? It doesn't have to be this long, drawn out, set of words. PANW is flat on the market right now, so we're not seeing anything. The bullish retest is away. Well, here's the thing, right, Alan? Where are we? Market's bullish today, so I see why your plan is bullish. But have we ever seen the S&P turn the other way, meaning going down after it was up, or going up after it was down in the same day? Yeah, regularly. If that happens, Alan, and we break that 500, we've got that bidirectional switchback, flip-flop, whatever we're going to call it, trade in there, right? But I like the move on the bounce to the upside because it puts us we're already in that position. In other words, retest the 500 bounce. If we break, we've got to break that 498. We've got to break the 8 moving average. Then we've got to retest. Then we've got to drop. There's a little more to it, but that also puts us in a true bear bias. So I hope that helps. Let me know down below. Robert's asking for CCL. Carnival. Woo, ain't looked at these guys in a whole heck of a long time. They were supposed to be a recovery stock, a COVID recovery stock. I guess we're not recovering. Even to the point my wife and I are going away at the end of August, and I said, hey, how about a cruise? And she's like, yeah, I'm a teacher. My wife's a teacher. She said, so do I want to be stuck on a cruise ship with that many people, with all these people getting quarantined and confined and us having to be stuck in our room? We'll pass this year. Maybe next year we'll go. We're big cruisers. We love it. We go as often as we can. So I am not, Robert, I don't see anything here very exciting for me. They're down a penny right now. Nothing to take bullish until you get above 1130. Bearish, if you break down below the 8 moving average, is a bearish opportunity. They only move 85 cents a day is about their average movement for the day. All right, hope that helps. Let me know. Frankie's asking for a retest on Meta. Let's see, Meta. I certainly have a lot more interest in them since the interview with Kramer on the metaverse with Zuckerberg. They may be one for the longer haul for my portfolio. I'm just waiting to get into a better position to enter. Right? So let's see. So the comment was retest the 172.5 and fail. Right? There you go. So Frankie, I like the trade setup. Right now, they're up 51 cents, which puts them at 170 even. Beautiful. They still need a little more climb. The drop, I would right now go snap a line on your 5-minute chart or whatever your intraday chart time frame is at 166.16. Make it pink. Make it a funky shape so it's not a standard line. It's different than every other line on the chart. It's not a support or resistance. It's a moving average. And I would use that as at least your first exit. So what I would do on this, Frankie, is if you move down and we get to that 167, 166 half, somewhere in there, wherever your target's going to be, I would exit half the trade if you had more than one contract, and then I would drastically tighten my stop up. If it whips and turns the other way, you're out, a little bit less profit, but you're still good. If it breaks, 161 3/4 is your next target. You've got a nice little opportunity to the downside there. But that's the way to play it for me. Hope it helps. Let me know. Chris is asking for Twilio. Let's see what Twilio looks like. Let's get a pre-market on it. They're down $1.96. Up or down? Ha! Influence of the 821. There you go. So, all right. Here's what I say on Twilio, Chris. You got 95.29 is the support. You're right. Confluence of the 8 and 21. A move up to 100. Right? So there's not a lot of room, but there is room. This moves $7.50 a day. Right? If it breaks the 8, which is 93, retest and a drop, we're looking at a move down to 87.75. Again, not a great move, but it's $4 or $5, so the opportunity is there. So absolutely, but you need a qualifier on this setup. That's on for either way. Retest and bounce, break, retest and fail. Hope it helps. Let me know, Chris. Charles is looking for Amazon. Calls off of the 113. So great pullback yesterday. It looks like today might be. I still have less than half of what I want to own on Amazon. This is a great opportunity, potentially. I'm not telling you to buy or not buy. With Amazon, with it bouncing off of its moving average in that neutral bias, with that potential move up, and looking at like 118.5 is short term as a resistance. I own the long term. These are long term for me. We've gotten to just about break even on cost basis now, so I'm very happy with that. We bought them right after the split, the first batch, right after the split. So yes, I like it a lot, Charles. I think it's a great opportunity in there. I'm going to write that down. Perfect. Jaga, you're welcome. Mike said SPY trend today. All right, let's take a look. SPY, I already have them on my list up here. They're up $1.50 to $3.90. We're at 389.16, so we're above the 21 moving average. For me, SPY is every bit about pivot points on a day-to-day basis, right? Let's see this one. So these pivots are going to be slightly off because of the pre-market, right? And you'll have a readjustment of price on these as the market actually opens, okay? But you're looking at a pivot point down here about 389. You got a resistance 1 at 391.5. So 389.5. So about $3 move inside of here. So there's a great opportunity from a pivot standpoint as well. But anything off of that 21 is what I'm looking for. We're in neutral, right? To the downside, you got room down to 385. It's a little tight for me on a directional move here, but check pivots. All right. I hope that helps, Mike. You're welcome, Larry. Robert's asking for Microsoft. Let's get a little bigger picture. Let's pull that out. I'm working on monster market movers today, guys. So this some of the things I'll be doing today is all the adjustments on fibs. That's where I'm up to, is all my fib candidates now. So Where are we with Microsoft? Pre-market. It's up $0.50, 365.5. So we're still down below, excuse me, and bumping our head on that 366.83 level, hanging on a fib for a trade one way or the other. Follow the flow. There you go. It's follow the flow trade, Robert. Exactly. Break up, retest, and run off of the 366.83. Push up, fail, and take the bearish entry down. Either one works for Microsoft. I love these two directional trades. All right. When does pre-market open? So, Gene, pre-market, I mean, stocks, you're going to start seeing announcements at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Somewhere in there is when you Eastern time is when you're going to see them. Frankie said, thanks. I like that plan. You are quite welcome. Good, Chris. Glad to help. Excellent. So, guys, lots of trainings going on. Go over to tradinglikeaboss.com, guys. Tons of stuff. Total market control. If you want to do just that, you want to learn how to completely control the market in your favor, take this free training that I've got coming up. It's another week or so from now. Yeah, I think it's next week. take advantage of it. Keep your eyes on this page. Don't stop anymore at just 2 rows, guys, when you're looking at what we've got in there, because we are adding more things to this over the next couple of days, week or so. You should start to see other pieces pop inside of here. All right, so with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, everybody. I will see you all at our next update tomorrow morning. All right, bye for now.